So this is the Adidas AE1, and just thought I'd get these. They were listed on the Adidas app for quite a while, and I asked to be notified, which I wasn't, and basically sort of remembered on the day that these were releasing. I think it was like 9 o'clock a few days ago, and basically just tried to go for them. I initially saw them and they were like, it basically said it was out of stock, and then 2 minutes later I went back in again and it was in stock, so managed to grab a pair for retail, and the price was like really good as well for £100. The amount of tech that you get in here, which is like got boost and I think light strike as well, but there's no sort of mention of that, but I can sort of see through here, maybe it's light strike, but it looks like boost to me as well. And it feels really comfortable. I tried them on, it feels really comfortable on foot. I really like the honeycomb design, and I also actually really like the colourway. If I had the preference, I still go for the white one because it's easier to match with a lot of outfits, but seeing this in hand is really nice, and you get some kind of pink laces with it as well. But it's got a really cool sort of Yeezy quantum vibes, and the Adidas aesthetic in general seems to be going for this kind of futuristic look, and I like the fact that they're basically doing different designs for different signature athletes, and they're not kind of putting them pigeonhole into sort of looking in sort of one particular way for every single athlete to make their cost cheaper. So it looks like they're kind of making a lot of effort to kind of push things forward, and basically have each sneaker look quite sort of unique, similar to the Jordan line, well, initial Jordan line anyway. So I like the outsole. The outsole looks really nice on this as well, with the pink under the bottom, which I'm guessing is the kind of some sort of technology. Maybe it's light strike in there as well. But yeah, just a really nice sneaker. It just looks really cool. I just really think it's nice, and it just fits really well as well. I also like this top area with the lace holes, and it's kind of made out of fabric, which has more sort of flex to kind of allow you to sort of get in and out of the shoe really easy. But yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. And it comes with, for the £100, it comes with a really nice sort of box as well. Not like amazing, but still they've put a lot of effort into it to basically warrant the cost. So I think props to them really. I think Anthony Edwards has done a really good first shoe in my opinion. So definitely worth getting. And here are the other pair of laces. I also think these look quite nice, matching the back heel tab and the tongue label. So yeah, it's really cool. So the details for the Adidas AE1 with love. It comes in the acid orange, core black and acid red colorway. So the red, acid red hits are, well, it's more of a pink color in my opinion, but that's on the back heel tab, the Adidas logo, and also on the tongue. It also comes with the acid red laces as well. And in terms of the tech, it's using a mixture of boost and light strike for the midsole. The boost feels slightly more neutral compared to, say, a Yeezy 350 V2, but you can feel it's there. It's probably slightly more on the firmer side, and also the light strike is meant to be able to give you the advantage to kind of sort of move quick off your feet. So it has sort of great sort of springiness to it. So that's the reason why it's in there, and also because light strike's also meant to be more of a lightweight material as well. And that does reflect on the sneaker itself. It does feel slightly more lighter than compared to sort of other basketball sneakers, in my opinion. It has a synthetic upper with basically the TPU overlays, which is the kind of almost like the cage itself wrapping around the sneaker in the honeycomb pattern. And basically the price is £100, which is a really good price. In terms of comfort and sizing, so I think it has, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's more on the sort of medium to firm side. You do feel the boost, don't get me wrong, and it's good for like cushioning your landing if you're using it for basketball, but mainly for walking around, you can feel enough of it where it's giving you sort of more of a neutral, slightly mediumish kind of bounciness to it. And like I said earlier, because it's got the light strike as well, it kind of helps you move sort of off the forefoot quicker. It also has a great arch and heel support as well. So again, it's one of those sneakers that kind of locks you in place as well. So like any other basketball sneaker, really. So and the ankle collar for that reason is also sort of very good. So it's kind of more sort of on the mid cut line. So if you sort of have the laces all the way to the top, then you can kind of basically get a better fit because of the flexibility of the ankle collar being made out of the material. I would go true to size on these. I think if you went half size up, you can have quite a lot of room in the forefoot area, especially around the toe box. And basically, I think they fit similar to a Yeezy Quantum, and they look similar to a Yeezy Quantum. So in that respect, you don't really want to go like half size up with this particular pair. However, I found that I've got slight issues I can feel with my pinky toe because I have a wider foot, but I don't know, I think that will kind of hopefully sort of wear in over time. I feel because these sneakers are slightly more on the sort of tighter side, and because of the plastic overlays, the honeycomb mesh overlays, I think it will take a little bit longer to sort of wear in. They do feel there's enough flex in there, but I think it'll probably take you sort of 4 to 10 hours before you kind of sort of start to feel a bit more comfortable in the sneaker, and it's similar to a LeBron 20. In terms of look and style, I actually like the look. I think it's a really cool and unique look. As I mentioned earlier, it does look like a Yeezy Quantum, especially the toe box area, and it kind of gives you that sort of vibe as well in terms of the collar lining as well. So I also like the sort of what they're calling the acid red pink hits, if you will, on the sneaker. I think that looks really cool as well. And I suppose the colour is not for everyone. It is quite a loud colourway, but I think it's good for sort of, because the trainer's like primarily made up of sort of plastic materials. I think it's actually a good one for the winter as well, and also in spring autumn. Obviously wearing these during sort of spring autumn time they do pop. I can't feel much ventilation on this. I'm not sure how good they'll be for summertime, but bearing in mind it does have a sort of clamped in feel to the shoe, so you are gonna have that. So that's why I sort of think in the hot seasons, if you're wearing them casually, then it's probably good for that basis. And I think with these ones, because they've got this weird kind of sort of futuristic vibe to them, like with all sort of current sort of Adidas trainers, I think you can kind of dress these up as well, because they don't have sort of glaringly obvious sort of logo or branding on there. I know that it's the Adidas stripes are on the back of the heel, but I think even those are sort of quite subtle, regardless of whether they're being in a acid red colorway. However, basically the color I think will be quite hard to sort of match up, so I recommend sort of basically being sort of on a neutral side in terms of colorways that you wear. If you sort of wear something that's kind of orangey peachy, then that might be sort of too bright, and then because you've got the trainers as well being that kind of color as well. I would go best with sort of the laces that you see in there, but you can potentially buy some red laces that kind of match with the tongue and the heel. It does come with sort of the acid red color laces, and they kind of got sort of patterns on there, so they're kind of black and like a dark red color. But you can also go with sort of like a more of an actual orange lace, which kind of complements the overall sneaker. So my final thoughts. So because it's a new silhouette, so that's a pro. I always like when brands try something new and different. I like the ankle collar in terms of the support it kind of gives, and the look as well. And definitely the price to performance ratio, the amount of tech that's in there for the price, it was £100 is just really good, and basically puts a lot of the competition to shame in my opinion. And then that also sort of comes in not like a collab premium package, but still a premium package regardless, similar to I suppose a LeBron 20 in that respect. In terms of cons, I think I just had sort of the marks on the clear plastic heel, which I mentioned earlier. That was a bit of a mystery to me, and the color isn't for everyone, so just bear that in mind. And then also just with the fit, Similar to other sort of recent basketball sneakers, you will get sort of tightness maybe around the pinky toe, but I don't know if that will kind of then sort of ease upon more wearing. And also I just get a bit of pressure on the top of the forefoot. Obviously that is to do with like your lacing as well, so depending on that you might be able to sort of alleviate that a bit as well, but I do have sort of issues with that at the moment, so just a word of note on that. In terms of the ratings, I give the look and style a 4. Reason being, it's just mainly the colourway. I think, I like the colourway, but I'm not sure how much I'd be wearing them. But maybe when a future rendition comes out, which is, I think I've seen sort of the blue and the white versions, that might be more my cup of tea, and probably then sort of bump this up to a 5 at that time. In comfort, again, because I mentioned earlier, just the pressure at the top of the foot. For that reason, I give it a 4. But they do feel comfortable, regardless, compared to like any other recent basketball sneaker. Quality, I'd give it a 5, regardless of the sort of the marks on the heel, on the clear plastic heel. I think the overall quality for the price you're paying is that is second to none, really. Again, you're getting good tech in there as well, a new sneaker, and it looks cool as well. So yeah, I can't really fault that. And the pricing is a 5 as well. I think that is again, £100 is a bit of a steal in my opinion. And basically, I'd give this score a 5. I think it's just a really cool and refreshing and new silhouette that you can enjoy on the basketball court and rock casually.